Good evening and ho ho ho, Star Wars fans, coming to you live with the Christmas episode. As always, I'm Dan Tartaglione, also known as D Tartag One. Joining me tonight is no, that is not Father Christmas or Santa Claus or whatever you want to call him. That's the world champ, everybody. That's Joe Olson. So, how you doing tonight, Joe?
I'm good, and that is a fantastic sweater. I love that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, this is our Christmas episode, but besides Christmas, this is our World's recap. Worlds just ended, everybody, this past weekend. Saturday was entertaining. We had 32 players. Then Saturday we cut down to the top eight. The top eight included Bastion as the number one seed. Joe was our number two. Jared Napolitano was the three, and four was Justin Desai. Five was, I want to say it was Paul
Paul
Myers.
Myers.
Paul Myers. Six was Kieran forgot or Kieran. I'm gonna be doing that all.
Emil. Yep.
Yeah, Emil. Six or seven, sorry, was Fernando Castillon. He played in his first event. How does that? How would you feel going into your first event? It's Worlds, no less, and you make a top eight.
Um, you know, Personally, I feel a little embarrassed because my first Worlds was 20 years ago.
That's
When
fair.
Matt Foca won in 2000. It took me 20 years to win this thing, and of course, I wasn't at all of them, but I've been to a fair number of Worlds, and it is
Mhm.
tough to make a top eight. And Fernando comes out of nowhere, starts playing in July, makes
Yeah.
makes his top eight, and I'm just like, are we all just delusional and we think this game is really hard and any gamer can come in and just be like, yeah, no problem, top eight, I get this game, I pick it up in a couple months? Or
Well,
is it really hard and he's just like a savant, amazing? Like, I can't tell. But I'm blown away by how well he played.
yeah, same. And the number eight was some guy named Chris Kelly.
Some guy.
Yeah, like at least this time he didn't have to get in via Sabak. So
He cleanly earned his position, just edging out Baroni as the bubble
yeah,
number nine.
like
The
yeah.
top, I mean, the top 10 in general was stacked. I think it went after eight, it was Baroni, and then after Baroni was MHT, and then after that was Greg
Mhm.
Shaw. So it was like the top 11 were all just
Yeah, there
very
was
good.
a lot of. It was a bloodbath. Like I'm gonna say, like right now, watching it and streaming on Saturday was just a straight bloodbath. Then you go into the top eight. You had Fernando in the top first round. Uh, I'm not gonna go too in depth because you did just spend 6 hours yesterday going over each and every game, extremely meticulous. So really, really quick. If you haven't seen Joe's reviews, just go into the forums really easily. And like I said, he did exactly that. He went on, he streamed for 6 hours, and let's throw up a little bit of a sub right now. It's all on his Twitch,
Hey everybody,
so you can actually
just finishing up
hear it play
making
right now. But we're
streaming
gonna,
setting.
but yeah, he did 6 hours. Why?
Uh, I didn't think it would go that long. I thought it would be a few hours. I did not
Yeah,
think it would go that long, but I don't know. I had a lot to say, I guess.
yeah,
There's,
clearly.
I streamed 16 games, and then gave
Yeah.
some. I went over my deck lists, went in the deck builder and went over deck lists and talked about my Star Wars history. And yeah, it ended up getting really long. Matt Wadden said he put it on in the background at work and just spent the whole day having that just going on,
Hmm.
my voice droning in the background, and thought it was interesting. So that's what I would recommend. Don't sit down for a back-to-back movie marathon of it,
No.
but have it on in the background, and hopefully it'll be entertaining.
I will say this though. Uh, like I watched for I want to say maybe the first 2 hours. I was chiming in here and there. A lot of good information if you want to learn why Joe played what he did, learn about like what he feels about with like how to play this deck against certain other decks, especially Hunt Down V and Hiko. Like, how many games did we stream of you playing that this weekend?
A lot, I'm
Like
sure.
too many. Like I'm not saying
Yeah.
I'm not saying against you.
No, got to agree. Yeah.
I'm not saying anything against you, but just too many Hitgo versus Hunt Down V this past weekend. Like,
A little bit.
but yeah, you did play two other decks. You did play Watcher Step and you did play Watto. So kudos to you for going outside the box, not playing the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, I would assume that would get boring myself. But yeah,
A little bit.
you gotten after beating Fernando. You know, I'm gonna lose the hat. You played against Chris Kelly. Like he advanced in his round. You guys got paired in the top four. You got past him. Then you played Kieran in the top eight, or sorry, the finals, and yeah,
Managed to win that one. Yeah.
managed to win all 6 games this past weekend or on Sunday to become the 2020 world champ. So how does it feel?
Um,
Like,
it
how does
it's
it?
nice.
How did, we talked afterwards, and I know that you said it was feeling great. You know, you feel great. You know, you had just a lot of like emotion and everything. But how does it feel? What 3 days later now?
I'm very appreciative of how many nice people there are in the community, how many friends that I have in the community.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of outpouring of not just simple congratulations, but people who said they were rooting for me, who were really happy to see me win. Were really saying like you deserved it. Very
Yeah.
nice, very kind things on Facebook and WhatsApp, and just taking the time to send me an individual message. It really blew me away. Rather
Mm-hmm.
than just like a simple, congrats in a thread, but there was a lot of people who reached out, and it was really
Yeah.
touching. That was actually kind of the best part for me was, in terms of the emotional feeling of it, was getting all these really nice messages. It kind of
Mm-hmm.
made my weekend.
Yeah, and you know what? You did deserve it. Like I know you put in the work. You said this is your first your first victory from Worlds, even though you've been to it a number of years. Like I know, um, you played last year. You lost to Bastion in the top four. You played a couple of years ago when you played Phil. I don't. There was way too much history for you to go on because like you went into everything yesterday. So I don't remember all your Worlds history, and we don't have 3 hours for you to reminisce like you did yesterday. I'm joking. I'm joking. But no, I mean, you definitely deserved it. And you're one of those players who is a, how do I phrase this without sounding corny? You're a good like you're not only a good player, but you're a good dude. So,
Thanks.
and it's good to see you come out and
I,
win
I I
this.
had been in a slump for a while too. I hadn't won a major in a while.
Mm-hmm.
The farthest I got was a finals, lost to Greg Shaw in Continentals last,
Yeah.
not this past summer because COVID, but the year before. And then third at Worlds last year, and but yeah, I hadn't won anything in a while, so that was nice too.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to win, even when you're a good player. A lot has to go right.
Oh yeah, like you respect talking about that Continentals from last year. I remember it. Like game one, you're playing against Greg Shaw, and you go in, you beat him by I want to say it was like 20 something, and it's
I,
look.
I I think it was 14 with my Diplo versus Rops.
Mm-hmm, that's right, and it
Um,
looked like it was really close. You were had like the driver's seat and everything, and he had to play the perfect game, and unfortunately he did. I mean, unfortunately for you, he did.
yeah,
But
he played a great game with Legend against my
yeah,
Black Sun,
and
and
it does happen. But you know what? And there's no shame to having that year. I mean, last year you were the player of the year. You played of the year. You placed second in that. You placed third in Worlds. You placed third in Worlds to Bastion. Like you lost to Bastion in the semis. Come on. Like losing to Bastion, there's no shame in that. Like there's,
yeah,
I mean, you lead your team to. You play in the OCS again. You do well. You did well in the OCS, and you lead the Team USA to an Outrider Cup victory.
that was a fun tournament. That
So
was a cool format.
if that's the kind of slump that you had, I am more than willing to accept that as a slump, Joe.
Okay, fair. I hadn't been doing awful. I missed the cut at indoor. I missed the top
Mhm.
8 earlier this year, and I hadn't won one in several years. But anyway, it was nice. I'm looking forward to getting that giant obelisk in the mail,
I, I,
and
well, I hope Scott puts a little bit more bubble wrap than what I've noticed in some of the packages. Maybe, I mean, I don't want to think that thing break on the way to you.
yeah, I don't think anything can break that. It's just like a slab of granite, basically.
You know what? Don't you say that now, but you get it,
I know
and
the
it's
tip's
gonna be
broken off.
the tip's broken off. Yeah. Do you have a spot picked out for it?
I don't. All my Star Wars stuff is like in the closet, and all my trophies are like in a little in a trunk in the closet with my cards. So, but
Wow.
I mean, now that I don't have to be ashamed to not have the big one, maybe I'll have to put up a shelf or something.
So wait, time out. You're pulling a Scott here by hiding all your cards.
No, I definitely would not be able to play without the support of my wife saying, "Yeah, go take a weekend. Go, I'll take the kids all this 2 weekends in a row, so you can just play Star Wars and stream." And so she's
You
definitely
know
well
what?
aware of it.
I was gonna
Um,
say props to your wife.
I
Like
I just don't want the 5-year-old and 3-year-old who are going to be like, "Ooh, what's this? What's this Jedi Luke? I'm gonna tear up."
Chris Kelly, just like he's not watching right now, but he just shows up. He's like a little twinge, and a
Yeah,
tear
right.
forms at his
He heard
eye.
of a Jedi Luke maybe getting torn. He's like, "Oh, a little cringe somewhere."
Yeah, but yeah. Again, if you want to go back, look at some of Chris. Sorry, I'm talking about Chris Kelly too much. Go on and watch Joe's videos again. Easiest way to do it is just go to his Twitch page. I'll link it's right up here. It's just a rebel spy. I mean, it's Joe. He's
That's
a rebel
that's
spy.
my screen name for 25 years now.
You know what? That sounds familiar. That's like me. So, but yeah. And then on top of that, if you're curious, there is a lot of information on Worlds already at the forums. You can check out all the decks and everything. Don't see the deck list from day 3.
They are up.
They
Echo
are.
Base Trooper Adam made a separate thread. It's
Ah,
just day 3 deck lists, and it
ah,
has a zip
okay.
file.
There we go. So thank you, Adam, for getting onto those. And then on top of Worlds, I mean, besides Joe winning, there was a little thing that came kind of a little important. I mean, I know you might have caught a quick glimpse of it,
I
but
went back and watched the finals coverage just to see this because it's really cool.
yeah. So those who actually were paying attention, or who were not playing and were watching, got to see
It's well.
a
It's well.
new. It looks like it's going to be a new, kind of like a Jump app that I'll bring up a little snippet of it. That a developer, Eric Lance, is making right now. He actually created Rando Cal and everything. Basically, it's a new overlay, so you can see it right now on the screen, and it looks amazing. Like I just playing on it and having it available for the stream on Sunday was just fantastic, and I cannot wait. It doesn't look like we're gonna have it until about February, but again, I can wait. I can wait a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, it looks amazing. And the other cool thing about it is there's a thread in the forums where he talks about it, and he
Mhm.
mentioned in the finals you guys only got to about 10% of the interface of the changes. It
Yeah.
saw the actual gameplay thing, but apparently there's a whole deck building thing. He's putting in
Mhm.
all kinds of other features that people have requested on the forums for a long time, and Jim stuff like, hey, can we just have one button to click and add all the shields? He
Yeah.
put that in there. Like
Oh.
there's just so many features he's put
Mhm.
into it too, besides the amazing look. It's going to be really cool.
So besides that, I had a chance to play with it. Like I said, one of the cool things is say you get a pack, and you know how your pack just opens and you see like the cards they're all like laid out.
Yeah.
And this, if you are familiar with Magic Arena, they actually kind of flow up on the screen, and the rares are flipped over on the backside, and then they flip over, so you have a little bit of a suspense with it. So just little cool things like that. Yeah, this it looks amazing, and I can't wait till February to fur this. I mean, hopefully it will be out in time for the start of the OCS, but hey, we'll see.
Nice.
But yeah, this is the first real tournament for set 13. So, and I know you probably talked to it about a bunch and everything, but what do you think about the game right now, where the meta is and everything?
I think Darkside is in a very tough spot. I know my team was scrambling to come up with viable dark sides, and I think a lot of people were in the same spot. And it's Legend is just really, really strong. And so it's hard to find something that beats it. And if it does, then can it also beat Hitco, which is super hyper focused on the ground? I think a lot of times you find in a meta one indicator of a potentially imbalanced meta is when a deck can totally ignore one theater, and the fact that Hitco can just be pure ground and totally ignore space and still be really strong and dominating is potentially problematic. I think it's not. I had more fun this tournament than I did a lot of the games over the summer that were ISB based. At least there was battling, even when I was playing a more controlled deck like Watch Your Step. There was more interaction. There was ISB wasn't a lot of fun for me, and I think some other people. And just having them pile on one site, pile on one system, drain, retrieve an ISB agent, and cancel everything with strategic got a little bit tedious. And we did move away from that a little bit, and I think that's great. I did have more fun playing. The only not fun part was just sort of how imbalanced the sides feel. And if Dark gets some better cards and or Light's cards are toned down some, we'll be at a really good place.
I will say this, I tend to agree with you. I'm a little wary of the new Maul myself. He's really, really, really good. And the fact that you can just throw him into almost every deck, with the exception of like AOBS. And,
character restrictive.
In extreme character restrictive decks and everything. Yeah, he just seems really good to me. And
yeah, Kyle had a set your course deck that it was a standard like space set your course, and then he put Maul in there because he's running Baron's gun. He was running Miranda's gun, no scythe to shoot it, but just to throw it on Vader's tie because it can deploy on any tie and shoot capitals. And he threw Maul in there because he can always throw him down to the Death Star War Room, move him out to the docking bay. He's really hard to kill out there because he can subtract one from the weapons. He can subtract one from their battle destiny, so he's essentially immune less than 6. Like, and I think he played that on day 1, and then he noted that there was a number of set your course decks on day 2 that basically looked at his and copied it. And the fact that you throw Maul in that, but I'm kind of okay with that. I think you're right that the Maul is really strong, but that set your course deck would have just run some EPP Mauls and some Phantom Menace and done some hit and run stuff. And the fact that it switched to a different Maul that's a little more manipulative and stuff, I think that's kind of cool. It's interesting. It is a very strong card, though, for sure.
Yeah, it's funny that we talk about that because I know Connor Britton Stubley, the week before, from the first weekend to the second weekend, he was talking about running a set your course for Alderaan deck, and then he switched to ISB. And I think if he would have stuck with the set your course for Alderaan deck, he would have had a better time. I want to say his ISB deck went 0-2. Granted, the first one was I don't know I forget who he played in the first round, but I know he played Justin Desai with ISB, and it was not a good time for him.
Yeah, that ISB Legend stack can get a little silly.
Yeah. So, but you know what? Let's talk about another format. I know Kendall Hallman, our resident bad deck breakdown expert. He runs the Jawa Cup for everybody who likes to play in that. Well, you know what? He's got a little bit of a change coming around right now. The new ban list is up. So for those who haven't seen it, for light side, because right now light side is the better side, the following cards are currently banned: Hitco. So you cannot play the Hitco objective. You cannot play the No ID objective, and you can't play the Legend objective. On top of that, you can't play Walkling, and you can't play Rescue in the Clouds.
Oh,
Like,
I like that.
I find that interesting. I mean, so I kind of think that makes a deck like QMC a little harder.
Mm-hmm.
But with QMC having access to all of its tricks now without the Firepower Shield, okay, that's kind of fair. But yeah, being that Rescue in the Clouds was pretty much in almost every light side deck,
Right.
it's understandable.
Adam Fletcher posted some stats of the most played cards, and Rescue was the #1 most played card in the most number of decks, the most number of copies. I think it was like 182 of them or something across the field. It was just, yeah. So I like banning that. It not only mixes up what decks are at the top by banning those top objectives, but also mixes up your deck list a little bit too. And because if you are playing QMC, if you are playing Watch Your Step, anything like that, you're usually gonna have rescues in it. And now you take those out, you got a couple extra slots. You get a little more creative. I like that.
Yeah. Chris Kelly's asking why light side is the better side. Because you made it better, Chris. I'm okay, Chris.
It's easier and more seductive, I think.
Yeah, I think with light side has a better character pool, and they're easy to put into decks. Hera can go into every deck. Ray can go into every deck. Lando Scoundrel can go into every deck. Anakin can go into almost every deck. Padme can go into every deck. You just have so many characters, so many tricks. It's just, come on, give some love to the dark side. No. I think the data also, you got to remember, the data also is based on like top players. So if you're a guy like Joe Olson who goes, would you go with dark side this weekend?
I went 8-0 with dark side and 7-1 with light side. My one loss was with Watch Your Step. So clearly dark side's better. I definitely had a better record with dark side.
There you go. Chris, what'd you do? Chris, how did you go with dark side and light side this weekend? Well, Robbie, you played Darkside Senate, so that's a different matter. But you know what? Let's get back to what we were discussing with the Jawa Cup. For Darkside, there's only 4 cards that are banned, and 3 of them are objective cards. So Hunt Down V, ISB Operations, and Carbonite Chamber Testing. That one hurt me. I love that deck, and the fact that it's banned makes me sad. The other card is interesting because this is a staple in almost every deck. Force Push is now banned as well. What do you think about the dark side?
I'm glad that they banned Lust for the dark side. I think with no Hitco and with Walkling banned, there's not going to be as much light side mains. I think we're going to see a lot of court for dark side. So obviously they didn't ban court because it wasn't super popular, but I think if you were just in a vacuum saying what's going to become unbalanced in the Jawa format, I think court's going to be really strong because of that. But I like banning Force Push for the same reason I liked banning the Rescue in the Clouds. It's like it's in every deck, it's automatic, and you take that away and suddenly you got to get a little bit more creative.
Hey, you know what card's not banned?
What's that?
Tarkin's Bounty.
Yeah.
Boom. Yep. You still have your Force Push. Play Tarkin's Bounty. It's better anyways. But yeah, I mean, those are the new bannings for light side and dark side. So yeah, I think court's going to be prevalent. I know that Kendall and his team basically said that they don't want to ban Shadow Collective and Watch Your Step, being that Shadow Collective is a new deck. There's not a lot of data on it. Watch Your Step wasn't one of the top decks that was played. Yeah, top players did play it, but it wasn't, again, it's not as popular and as powerful as the Hitco, the No Idea, the Legend. I mean, we're seeing those 3 decks being banned a lot, so that kind of tells you something right there. But yeah, I like the new decks and the new. I like them banning interrupts that are just being played in every deck. That shows that the Jawa Cup team is basically willing to evolve a little bit and just say, oh, you can still play these objectives, but here's some other cards that you can't play.
Do you know, or maybe I see Taco Bill and Eric in the chat, is there a planned event? Is there a Jawa Cup event scheduled for sometime soon for this new format, or is it just kind of some open Jawa games and that's all for right now?
Well, Bill just put an exclamation point saying that he doesn't know. Joe had to step out. He has a little one coming, just came into his guest. Is this your guest room or your office or?
Both.
That's fair. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what Bill and Kendall and all them have in store for us. I mean, I'm excited. Honestly, like after Worlds, I always feel like I want to play more Star Wars games. So I don't know about you. I mean, you did just
Yeah,
play.
I think I need a little break, but then I ended up going on last night, like after I was streaming and watching some of the games and wanting to play a game myself. There's some cool decks that I want to try. Jellison played a stunning move deck on
Yeah.
Saturday that looks interesting. It's got 4 Phantom Menace and 4 Force Lightning, and I was like, I'm in, I'm sold. Like you had me at Force Lightning.
I saw that.
I love tracking sevens and zapping Jedi.
And the best part about that deck is he runs. It's a any methods necessary start. He gets out the Forlom. He gets out the 2-0 prison.
Security tower, yeah.
Yeah, the security tower. And then from there, he's looping those sevens to zap some Jedis.
And you zap and you do, yeah, it looks fun. So I do want to try that.
I just want to see Bastion's cloud deck. That just sounds so silly and so Bastion to me. I love it.
I don't remember what day it was. Monday, I think. Monday evening, I was like, I got to see this deck. So I sat down and watched the coverage of it. Taco Bill and Kessling and Mishki streamed that game, and so I watched that, and then I asked Bastion, because since he lost to Paul's Diplo, I was like, hey, can we see? Do you have any replays where you played it in playtesting where I can see like it working, see how it's supposed to go? And so he actually played Justin Desai live and provided a replay. So I streamed that. That's on my Twitch, and it was fun seeing the creativity of that deck. And Bastion was there as I was streaming it, so he typed in some stuff explaining some different things. And
nice.
That
I know. I'd like to see like some grudge matches with the top 8 finalists. That would be kind of cool. I know I was gonna say Sunday night was kind of fun because I know Justin and Paul Myers just got onto the Slack chat and were calling each other out, and then they ended up playing. I did some commentary after drinking
they had both played games 2 weekends in a row.
Yeah.
Desai made the top 8. Paul made the top 4. They had played all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and then they played another game of Star Wars.
Yeah, and it was fun. And it was a crazy game. Go back if you haven't seen this game, just go back and watch it. But not to spoil anything, Desai came back. It was probably the biggest comeback I've ever seen. So I would go watch it. I try to make it a little as fun as I could. So we'll see what. But
awesome. That's here on the main PC Twitch, right?
It is on the main PC YouTube. Twitch. It is. I want to say it's called like Special Desai Myers exhibition game. So.
Cool.
But yeah, I did promise you a little bit of Joe tonight. But besides Joe, we have something else planned as well. We have a special interview that I did earlier today with Chris Menzel and Kevin Jaap, 2 European players, and they got a little bit of a special present for everybody.
Right. From what I understand, the little bit of rumors I've heard about this. Is that really he should be called Christmas Menzel, and this is everyone's Christmas present.
Well,
it's
about a half an hour interview, so hopefully you don't miss Joe and I too long. But we will be back right after this, and stay tuned, everybody. Good evening, Star Wars fans. So I know that we said that I'm going to have 2 special guests. We actually have multiple guests today. Joining me right now are Kevin Jaap over in Wales, and as you can see, we have a Sith. We have a Sith joining us as well. You want to sit down, Mr. Sith Man, so we can actually introduce you? It's the Euro Emperor, so it's kind of fitting that it's Mr. Sith himself, Chris Menzel. How are you guys doing tonight? It's over. It's 10 and 11 respectively over there.
Yeah. Our usual work time for Star Wars.
Yeah.
So, so Chris, you're currently still at work, right?
Yeah.
But I see you have some decorations on the back.
Yeah, I redecorated a bit for this. So
For this,
my
okay.
sons had to move from the wall, and I had to replace them with some Star Wars cards.
I wonder if anyone
Okay.
can read the game text.
Yeah, the game text is wrong too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the
can
game
tell
text looks
by,
wrong, and I will say, I want to say a lot of the character names are wrong because the one on the very bottom just says DS character. I don't know any DS characters in Star Wars.
Yeah,
a
that's
BS
true.
character, but not a DS character.
So, yeah, you guys wanted to come on as you guys are doing something special for this year for the Christmas season, right?
That's true.
What do you guys
Shall
got?
I start?
Chris, you explain it, Chris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, so we've actually been working on this for at least over a year, I believe, Kev. Is that true?
And probably then some, yeah.
Yeah. So we
been a
wanted to
while.
do it originally for set 12 for the Twitch set. We wanted to do some special booster packs. Some of you might have received those in the mail already.
Or seen them on Facebook.
Except for Dan,
No.
we scratched him from the list. He's always
Excuse me.
messing with people.
Excuse me.
No,
I don't. Okay, the only person I mess with, first of all, is Chris Kelly, and he deserves.
you-
He deserves
He
it.
was the one. He's the one that scratched you off, I think.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm not staring it.
Wow. Okay.
Well, actually, Dan, have you played in a major tournament this year?
I played in 3 major tournaments.
Okay, so then
Technically,
Technically.
commentating is
Well,
just as good as playing.
well,
if
no,
not
no, no,
better.
no, no. I actually played. I played at the Indoor Grand Prix. I lost 2 games to Joe Olson that I scrubbed out. I played in the MPC, lost in the first round at Adam Trunzo, and then came in second in the consolation. At Texas
that
Mini
doesn't
Worlds,
count.
hey,
No surprise made.
I got glass. I got glass. That's what counts.
Chris Kelly, is that correct? Is that what I should do?
And
No,
and at
messing.
Texas Mini Worlds, I made the top 16, losing to
Alright.
Bill Kafer, and then I did commentary for Worlds. But yeah, commentary really doesn't count.
Okay, so what we did, we had some special prize in mind, these booster packs, which
Mhm.
Kev created in long slave nights in his Vader castle, somewhere at the edge of Wales.
In the mountain in Wales.
Yeah, in the mountains. So, we wanted to figure out a way how to get these prizes to players, and what we did this time is we checked whoever played in a major tournament this year will receive a booster pack in the mail in the next following days. We started sending them out on Monday.
Okay.
The Germans, the fast, effective Germans, they received theirs already. I don't know how it is in Wales or England.
Wow. I'm feeling.
Did you get feedback already, Kev? or-
I know some of the guys have already got it in England
Yeah.
and Wales. They've got it. Most of the Europeans is already in the post, and I think
Okay.
Chris Googlin's got the Americans, and he should.
Oh,
In his
please.
defense, he has to send a ton more than we do.
Like
Well-
180 more than we do. Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the Americans won't get ours until after New Year's if it's Chris Goglin sending it out.
You just have to rely upon the Europeans then, just to
Right?
spoil a bit for you.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this: like, you guys do an awesome job. 1, making the product, and 2, getting it out. So maybe I should move over to Europe.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We do have a fair bit. We do have a fair bit.
So we sent out over 200 of these booster packs. So almost 200 players received one.
Nice.
Whoever played in 3 or more major tournaments receives 2 booster packs.
Nice.
But that was only like 10 players or something, I believe. Or,
Yeah, there wasn't many. They got 2.
yeah, there wasn't many. But
Hi.
yeah. So, well, I mean, you're doing the show and everything. Well deserved, buddy.
What's that, Chris? Dan only gets 1. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Interrupted again.
Are
Okay.
you on Chris
You know, I'm
Kelly?
gonna remember all of this. Okay. Because
Yeah.
so
So
wanna
what
put
we
the,
wanted to do, we
the
started
logo.
1 year ago.
The logo
When-
of the label.
so yeah, I'll bring up the label.
Yes, bring up the label.
Right.
Because we've been working on this set for quite a while. It's been pushed down the line a few times.
Yeah.
And with it being the 25th year anniversary of the World Championships, obviously we had to do something special for that. So if Dan pulls up the label, you can see what we actually called the, what do you want to call it, subset?
It's called the 25th anniversary Reflections 4 set.
I don't know.
Reflections 4.
It looks like to me it's called free, not for sale.
yeah.
That too.
There's the legal side.
That's the legal
free,
side,
not for
yeah.
sale. But it was called
Awesome.
Reflections 4. So if Dan wants to take a stab in Reflections, obviously, what do you think about? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? If you've got a pack of Reflections in front of you, you're thinking, right, what we're going to get?
I'm thinking of Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight.
So you're thinking a foil card?
No, I'm thinking no. Forget the foil. Nobody cares about foils.
You're greedy.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. I do care about the foils. I got a binder literally behind me that I'm trying to like collect all the PC foils in. So
Oh, really?
if anybody's got extra ones, let me know. I'm trying to get at least one of every single one. I'm a hoarder.
We have actually kind of a Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight in there, right, Kev? It's a signed card.
We have the,
we'll explain it later, yeah.
We'll explain that. So we got the logo. So what? Do you guys want to say what's in them?
Well,
Because that's what people are going to wonder about.
When we're talking about what you normally affect, if someone said Reflections to me, I'd think instantly, okay, there's got to be foils inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be foils inside.
A little bit, one or two.
So we had to incorporate that into it somehow. The majority of the booster pack is set 14 preview slips.
Okay.
So even though, big caveat, even though the game text and certain aspects of the card may change, I can hand on my heart right now say the images of the actual cards won't change. The images have been locked in. The images are all set in stone. So even though its game text may change so slightly upon the set 14 stuff, all the images that we are previewing are all locked in, ready for the next set. So that's the basic.
What actually happened, they tested set 13 and a large portion of set 14 together, and the cards were already proved as well. Yeah. But since playtesting still continues, we marked them as playtesting copies in the end, but they were proved, they were finished. Actually all these cards in here were finished at the point when set 13 was finished as well. So we worked on the graphics for 13 and 14 together. So it's something really special to have some preview cards.
I'm gonna say this from just knowing, like, just working with you guys with the graphics, it was a pain. It was a big pain. Yeah. And then no offense to D&D, as soon as they decided to like cut a lot of the stuff from 13, I just let out a few expletives at a certain someone.
Well, I mean,
they're not on the
chat. Had to keep these for the set 14 set, and
that's fair. That is fair. So
just agree with you, Dan. The hardest part for the graphic side of it is because we can't use any Lucasfilm images as stills or film. Trying to find cosplay artists or trying to find images that are close to, especially when the new set was from Solo. And how many cosplay artists are out there for Solo, or even look like the Solo?
We found some good ones, like.
But then we still have to ask for permission, so we still got to get permission after people to use their image. And if they say no, we're back to square one again.
You found a pretty good one actually, Dan, for Solo, but we never got approval from him. So
yes, I know that, and then. But I will say the best image that was found was probably the Kira one. So pat on the back.
I like the LT. I think LT is special.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The background really makes that one pop.
Yeah. So going back to the booster packet.
Yes, please.
Set 14 preview stuff is all like the base. So that's your the random, common, and uncommon. Oh, sorry, the common stuff that you get inside of a booster pack.
Okay.
So we also thought, well, what else do we used to get out of this old Decipher booster packets, or even from the starter decks that kind of so we can open it up and scratch that itch. Well, we also got fixed cards.
Yeah, there's fixed cards, special edition. But if we're going on, I was going to say, if we're going off the Reflections, Reflections 2 had something a little bit more interesting. They had the premium cards, but they had combo cards.
Yeah,
they had those.
Well, they did, yeah.
That's what we were thinking too. There needs to be some combo cards in there, right?
So we actually have a consensus between us for once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do. I felt the earth move then, did you?
Right?
We just read your mind. And
Well, I always feel it. I'm out in Vandenberg where they launch a lot of rockets, so
Oh, okay.
maybe it was that.
So we incorporated combo cards. We've got 2 interrupts, which are light side and dark side, and one. I think is it the first ever combo card starship?
Yeah.
I don't want to say any more.
Yeah.
But I think it's as far as apart from squadrons, it's the first combo card starship. So that's included. So you get, I think in the booster packet you get 4 preview slips from set 14.
Okay.
1 preview combo card, which we call as fixed out of the 3.
Okay.
And then after that, Dan's going to have to pull up.
Would you like me to pull up? Would you like me to pull up the list for everyone, or are we just going to?
Do we want to pull the checklist up?
No, we'll.
No. Okay.
You don't need the checklist.
No,
Okay.
I've got a checklist in front of me.
Do you want
So,
to? Do we want to spoil it or?
Is the
No,
check?
leave it. Each booster packet gets its own checklist.
Okay. Okay. I was actually going to ask that. So
everyone's going to be able to see it. I just need to refresh my memory. So okay, you got the combo cards, which were the fixed.
okay.
After the fixed side, we had in Reflections 3 what was uniquely special to Reflections 3 in the foil side of it that you couldn't get anywhere else, but it only became available.
Well, there was the Thief Palace foils.
The Palace foils, yeah.
Reflections.
We also get
3,
some
there was
foreign language
AIs.
cards.
Well, there was Reflections 2 had those too.
Oh, Reflections 2 had Japanese.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We went down the same route as
So
well.
we went down that
We
route.
decided to
Oh my-
create.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people
At
are going
this
to be
point,
so
I would
happy
like to
for
give mad
this?
props to Eric Hunter, who came up originally over a year ago with the Japanese card idea.
Whoa,
I made some
time out.
special Japanese card for.
Time out. I've been saying
What
this
do
for years. I've been trying to get people to make Japanese cards. I have
Yeah,
made Japanese cards.
But he actually speaks Japanese and can
Oh.
write the shit down. So.
Language. Language.
Well, I'll put it this way: the amount of effort into and fro and over the last 8
Yeah.
to 10 weeks of doing these Japanese cards,
Yeah.
we're not getting any of the ones anytime soon.
Yeah.
I can tell you that now
I believe it.
because they are a absolute pain
Yes.
in the
Yeah.
backside. They
Yeah.
are ridiculously hard to do. If you just got a load of Japanese text and pasted it and copied it into the box, work with it, it's fine. But it doesn't look like Decipher. So
No.
for us to
No.
try and get them as close as possible to the original Decipher cards has been a project in on its own.
Yeah.
So
I believe it.
In the
You
booster
know what?
Corrected them each
I've-
like 10, 12 times. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I've
And,
tried. It's
back and forth,
ridiculously
back and
hard.
forth.
Yeah.
So props to
So-
you guys for actually coming through with it.
Well,
Okay.
in the set, we said there was 3 fixed, which are the combo cards.
Okay.
And then there is 10 Japanese alternate art images foil slips. So they are foil slips that we've already produced
Okay.
and are already in the masses, but they are Japanese and they are the alternate art images.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Interesting.
That was
There'll be
also
2 of them
our
in each
way
packet.
to give back some of the special AI cards, like the Vader's Castle, which was a broken frame, like the.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
I have. I don't
Super
have.
awesome.
one.
That's for tournament winners only. Was it last year or this year?
Last
Year
year.
before 19.
19.
19.
And so we did that with Japanese text so that some of the players who don't have a chance to win a tournament, and especially 1 year ago,
Thanks.
so they have a chance to get a special version of that card
Yeah.
as well. So
Nice.
So in the
and it's
back-
foil, of course.
Of
I would
course,
hope
it's
so.
foil. It would have to be
So
foil.
here's my question: the set 13 stuff that's or set 14 is that foil?
No, the set 14 is a paper slip.
Okay.
Because the previews, the combos are paper slips because they're previews for set 14 as well. Now,
Okay.
there's 2 Japanese foil per pack. So for those of you good at math at home, we're now up to 7 cards or 7 slips in the pack.
Well, that's depressing.
And also, every pack's no good without a rare card. So
Yeah.
also included, which is a foil slip inside the packet, is an alternate image of the set 14 images that have just been released inside the booster packet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have
you've got
AIs for the next set already.
AI of
Yeah.
the next set already, and we already have, and these are foil as well.
Nice.
So they still have the same caveat. It's playtest in set 14. So as long as it doesn't change so much, or as long as you know what the changes are, there's no reason why you couldn't slip them into your deck and play kitchen table games with them. So we have AIs of them already. So the last 3, the 2 Japanese and the AI, are all foil. So there's 3 foils in the pack so far. I'll let Chris explain the next bit.
We wanted to really go for the reflections feeling. And
I hope if you're going for the reflections feeling, though, do we have? So we have the fixed stuff. We have the rares. Are there any like super rares or ultra rares or anything like special? Like, are we talking like Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight level rares? Because
Father Christmas has come early rare, that type of rare,
yeah. We might have something like that.
So I hope
have, in every 10 packs, right?
Every 10 packets.
Every 10 packs, right? We increased the amount a bit. So in every 10 packs, you got a chance to get one of the super rare cards, and that is a white border foil of one of next year's
white border paper slip.
What?
White border paper slip. These ones, they weren't foil. These
ones. Oh, they were.
But these are super rare. So the white borders are rare.
There are also 3 special cards. And as a 4th special card, we have the Hera Syndulla card signed from the cosplayer.
Oh, nice. Foil or paper?
Foil. The Hera Syndulla AI that was given out, signed by the cosplay, in one in every 10 packs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the special ultra rare foil here, Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. Every 25 packs, you will receive a card which is signed by none other than Warren Holland, the president from the Cypher. So we have some signed cards from Warren Holland in there.
Do we know what the cards are, or are they just...
Yeah, we know what the cards are. There's the obvious Thank the Maker. And there are light side and dark side sand crawlers.
Okay.
Which start with the law, Warren-like vehicle.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah, something or the other.
Yeah.
So
very fitting.
And what else did we have?
And there was one dark side grabber shield.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's only 4 of these.
No,
there's like
8.
8 total.
8 of them total.
So
200 packs and
200 packs got distributed, and there's 8 of them total. So it is a lottery, and I understand that completely. However, the rest of the stuff will be collectible. Whoever gets these ones, I don't think they're going to let them go or trade.
I might trade a Luke for one.
Not interested.
I might trade a Luke. So I have 6 Luke Skywalkers. I might actually trade for Luke for one.
So is that the caveat? You've set the bar already now, so read the price. We just need to find somebody.
Yeah. Well, I know that everybody except for Chris Kelly will accept that trade.
Brilliant.
For him, it's a common card. So.
Well, yeah. Dude's got like 50 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I cannot wait to get this. I mean, when I get it, I'll actually bring it. I wait until I'll do a video opening of it.
Yes, so that's what we want. We want all the stuff. I know that a few of the guys have already posted on social media, on Facebook, of their images, and I know Timo felt a little bit, I shouldn't have done it really, but that's the whole point. The point is,
open
one packet, you're going to see less than a third of what's in the set.
Yeah.
So the more people that open it and distribute it, the more of a Christmas present it is ready for the players.
Yeah, and everybody likes getting a Christmas present.
And if you pull the ultra or the ultra rare, you're going to be over the moon, aren't you?
Yeah,
and then
probably.
Explaining to your friends that you've got an autographed piece of card by somebody that they have no interest in whatsoever, but you're excited.
I've got a few of those. I've got a few sitting around. As a matter of fact, never mind. I'm going to go off on a tangent on this one, but I'm not going to bring it up. I do way too much for autograph cards.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So it's you that I see on the street corners, then, is it? Waiting in line for the autograph cards 2 days in advance.
No, I just make sure that I sit in front of my computer, waiting to sign up for it. So yeah, that is me.
Well, sat in front of your computer sounds better than street corner.
Well, I would hope so.
In my book.
I'd hope so. It's cold out there. Even in California, it's so cold. Hence the hat.
Into Wales, we're definitely cold.
No, I'm good.
So, Chris, do you want to crack yours?
I want to do the honors and do
I
a
think,
live.
I think you
opening
both
of
should.
one of
I
them.
want to see both of you guys open it because
Yeah.
I'm going to say this: if one of you guys get the signed card,
See, that's what I'm
I
worried
hope
about.
that is a
it's
little
in
bit
there,
of
but if
collusion.
That's what I was thinking. I'm not sure what
I was
I'm
going
gonna
to
do.
say. So who? Okay, here's my question: who packed these? Like who
I packed
actually?
them.
You went through
I
and packed all 200.
I pack all 200, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god!
And
He's
for
printed and sleeved and packed.
the
How,
So,
what do
anybody
you? What? How do you have the time for all this?
well, I own my own bit of business, and in the evenings when the business is running, I don't really have much to do in the evenings. So what I end up doing is, I end up PC time. I call it my PC time.
That's fair.
I end up all the bits.
My
But as you were saying, 200 packets last year when the Worlds we did Beer Wars. Beer Wars was 560 packets. So
You know
200
what?
was a
I'm
walk in
so-
the park.
I'm going to say this: I'm
We had
so
a bit more
glad.
time on that, though.
I have a lot more time for Beer Wars.
Oh,
It's
before
been
you
great.
guys open your packs, you want to say the other thing that people are getting? The sleeves.
Let Chris open, and we'll
Oh.
let people work it
Okay,
out.
because I know I got the images for them. So
Yeah.
okay, here we go, Chris.
And then
You guys see it?
Yeah.
You see. So first of all,
There's the
Yeah.
checklist. Okay.
there's a checklist listing all the cards and the rarities, just like Kev explained.
Let's see what we can see there. I
On the-
can't
on
really
the-
see much. All I can
the-
read is checklist.
the top is the white border cards that are all paper
Yeah.
slips, set 14.
Okay.
The line underneath is the 3 cards of your combos, which we call the fixed.
Mhm.
Underneath that is your 10 Japanese. So
Okay.
obviously 5 light, 5 dark. Underneath that you've got the 4 the 6 rare foil slips, which
Okay.
are the AIs of the set 14 cards that have been previewed. And then once you got to that, that's collectible for everybody. There'll be enough of that around the place that we'll make sure that everyone can collect it. Then
Okay.
you get into the real money, the people,
The
why
sign,
people want
the stuff that
packets.
the stuff that I'm gonna like
Yes.
bend over backwards for.
Yeah, the signed stuff. So the main part underneath that one is the signed Hera, but also at the same time is the preview of the
Yeah.
2021 AI slips.
Awesome.
Yeah, 2021 AI slips, and then underneath that is the 1 card of signed by Mr. Warren himself. So
Nice.
it's all
I'm
explained
excited.
there.
I am.
As Decipher did it, a little tick box so you can tick what you want or put it in a
Yeah.
sleeve. Yeah.
Okay, Chris. Let's see what you
Okay.
got.
The next one that comes is one of the combo cards. I got here Altar and Friendly Fire.
Okay. Altar
It's a
and
combo
friendly
scheme.
fire. So we're getting a new altar and a new friendly fire. So
Yeah.
nice, interesting, very interesting.
Then we have Ochi.
So you guys want to let everybody who knew? So Ochi is from what?
Seven
Ochi is from
episode.
episode 9. He's
Oh,
the guy
okay.
who kidnapped and kidnapped and probably killed Ray's parents.
Probably
Those
killed.
Spoilers!
Nothing, good for nothing drunken guys we heard first of in episode 8.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Then we have the ARC 170 Starfighter.
Okay, so a Clone Wars ship, episode
Yeah.
2, kind of episode. I don't know if it was episode 3, but yeah. So we got a new
Yeah,
ship
it's
for
around
the
that,
Republic.
yeah.
Okay, interesting. I'm glad to see
And
that.
That's the same image that we had in Legacy as well.
Yeah,
We
oh,
really nailed
nice.
that one.
I was
That's
gonna
one
say-
of the good legacy images we could
Yeah.
reuse
Yeah.
on the card.
My WAP needs a new. Oh, it needs more Star. My WAP needs some help. So I want to
Your
see. I want
weapon
to
needs Darksaber.
Darksaber.
Yeah, the
Dark
Darksaber is also one of the cards where we have an AI of.
Okay,
So,
so kind of like
So for all the
again.
text, everyone can see the social media when people start cracking packs. Right now, we're
Yeah.
just going to show off the images. Yeah.
and I know Kev did that randomly, but it's just as if-
Wow.
as if it was planned.
How
Yeah.
how fitting is that?
A new
Can you
emperor
guys
who
see
has
those, or is it?
the first order icon, not an imperial.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Mm.
That's a corpse emperor, so looking more like me every day. And then we have the special foil cards. But
Yep.
maybe this is a good point to
Well,
explain
hold
that
on.
these
Let's see
come
what this.
also in a special sleeve.
Yeah, and
So you
it's
got those reflections for sleeves on the 3 foil cards, which look really, really cool. I don't know if it comes across on the screen, but
oh, you know what?
So-
I'll actually bring that up for a second here. I'll show that
Yeah,
really
bring
quick.
it up.
So there
Proper-
is the
proper,
actual.
Proper quality sleeve, not stuff that's been given out before where it may rub off the back. I've had a set of these sleeves, obviously with a different design on the back. Used them for a couple of play nights, and they are absolutely phenomenal. Really good sleeves.
Okay.
Really good.
Awesome.
sleeves are a little price in itself.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Do you have the image or should I go on?
Oh, go ahead. I took down the image already to see your beautiful
So,
smiling face.
and then the Japanese card, the Japanese foil card.
Ooh.
This is Ray with lightsaber.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Was available as a
Just tilt that a little bit so it foils.
So
yeah.
That's it.
yeah,
There.
there's a,
Perfect.
yeah, I can see a little bit of foiling there.
shiny, my precious.
Shiny.
Yes. Japanese.
Now
So
this,
this was an AI Ray card, which was a pre-registration card, I believe, in 2018, official
Yes.
AI. And
Yeah.
now this is if you didn't go to any of the events and didn't have those, you get it now in the Japanese version.
Yep.
And the same.
Which
Nice.
is cooler, but I'm not saying anything.
oh,
you
and you got the
Japanese- you
Kylo
both of
too.
them.
Ha-
Wow.
For shiny
Kevin.
Kylo.
That was a good packet.
I'm
I'm going to
like-
have a word with my quality control department.
I know the guy. Talk to him. And last but not least, the special AI card of the set 14. It's Mandalorian AI.
Din Djarin.
So wait, time out. We're getting a Din Djarin.
Yeah,
That's-
Din Djarin.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
I don't care
you
what he
can see
does.
Here in the
I just
back, this is
That's the normal
this
one.
is the one, the regular one.
Okay.
So
Cool.
yeah.
So did you get an amazing rare or an ultra rare?
No, unfortunately not. So
Good.
no.
Goodness. That means they're still out there. That's good.
Good.
It is good.
Have
I
a
hate
look,
when
guys.
that happens.
Have a look at what you can win. By the way, me and Christian just pulled 2 out of the prize pool. By the way, yeah, we don't
Yeah.
want that.
Okay. Your turn,
Right,
Kev.
my turn then.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I really missed opening Star Wars packs.
It's brilliant. It's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Like I've
So-
got 2 packs of Tatooine behind me, and I still don't want to open them.
We've
Okay.
got, oh, you're kidding me.
No.
You're kidding me. Okay. So we have in the pack. as you
Let's
can
go.
see,
Come on.
A checklist.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
Nobody cares about the checklist.
Going over from the back. We've got a
New Ray. Okay. New
a
Ray.
all
Ray
of the
strong
Jedi,
in the Last of
Ray.
Jedi.
All the
All of
Jedi.
them.
all of the Jedi.
So she's a
Yeah.
she's ability 6, power 6 Jedi.
Ability 6, power 6 Jedi. Yes. Yes. We then got an Ochi as well, which was
Wow, he's common.
we've got a new site, which is the Scarif Citadel Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a light side or a dark
That
side?
is a dark side card.
That's the dark
Okay.
A dark side card. Yes.
Ooh, dark side.
side. Scary
We
stuff.
Wait,
then
dark side's.
got
Are we gonna
a
see it?
Scarif Dark
Ooh.
side shield gate.
Are we gonna see like a? Does anybody? Okay, I'm hoping we see a lot of dark side Scarif stuff because I know a lot of people have been wanting that for a while. But yeah,
Well,
that's
if I've
okay.
Just, if I've just pulled 2 dark side randomly
Random.
dark side cards.
Uh-huh.
I think there might be a bit of a flavour in this.
Yep.
I hope.
And then we've got the combo card, which is the dark side, alter,
Alter and
collateral damage.
okay, so kind of like a
Alter collateral
balance.
damage. Yep.
Nice.
I've then got a Japanese Ray.
Okay,
Yeah.
The
Japanese
regular
Ray's
Ray
nice.
was
Regular Ray.
I was gonna say like
Japanese.
so,
The regular AI
I'm no-
Ray, not the regular image one. The regular AI Ray.
which is the better of the 2 images, anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
And we got a Japanese Conquest. AI
Nice.
Conquest.
Sweet. And we did a little border breaking on
Yeah, we'll let them figure that
that.
out.
Very exceptional.
And then for my 1 rare from the set 14, I pulled a Steadfast.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. Oh, yeah.
Steadfast. I can't.
So this
Why?
this is the regular Steadfast?
Yeah,
Okay.
Steadfast, which was that Pride ship?
Yeah.
This is-
yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the pride.
ship. Yeah.
So
And then I also this is what they look like, so you all know. And I'm going to redistribute this back to the community because it's not fair that I've just gone. But that is a Warren Horan signed Sandcrawler.
Oh,
Okay, so that's what you'll get. You'll get your normal cards in the packet.
You
and
know,
you can see across there, I've pulled the Sandcrawler. So I already have a Warren Horan signed produce. So what I'll do is anybody that goes to Europeans next year, provided we have a live event or the next live event in Europe, I will make sure that it gets distributed out as a prize for Europeans. Is that fair?
oh.
Yeah, I know. I know
It's-
sucks, I know it sucks.
No, it
But I'll
doesn't
make sure
suck.
it gets distributed as a prize in Europeans to make everybody come back to a live event next year.
When are you trying to do Europeans? Because okay, make it in October. Please make it in October.
If put it this way, if Europeans can't go ahead next year due to global problems, it'll be the following Europeans. So the next live event of Europeans we have, I'll make sure that that's one of the main prizes.
So the big European championships, right?
Yes, the major
Okay.
European championships.
All I'm going to say is, make it in October. That'd be perfect.
Well,
You're-
you just
So
need to
yeah,
know
I'm
that.
only saying, I will definitely. That would be like my
You-
birthday present to me.
You've heard all the stories about what we play in the bar, and it's.
I've heard enough stories to get me over there. Believe
Yeah,
me.
there is. There's a few.
So awesome! I can't wait. I hope I get one of those Warren Holland things.
Well, put it this way: there's now 7 left.
So how? Here's
I
what.
knew one of us would throw one.
So
but-
how
This was
many,
the one thing I was worried about doing a live opening.
Yeah,
was
it's all
obviously,
good.
'cause I randomly
It's all good.
distribute it. Once they're all
That's,
in, they're all
yeah,
in.
yeah.
So for all I know, the other 7 could be sent to America and Europe's got none. Or the other 7 could be in Europe and
America's got none. Yeah.
It all gets, all
How
gets
many of the
distributed
Harrows
together.
are there?
There is 8 Harrows.
8.
I know it's per 10 packs, but there's 8 Harrows because you also get a preview of the AI of 2021 in place of the Harrow. So there's 8 Harrows in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it doesn't add up if you divide 200 by 10 equals
Yeah,
a
it
lot
doesn't-
less.
that's like-
But
it's supposed to be
it doesn't,
20,
but there is,
so-
that's why we had to put in the caveat of the 2021 AI previously because we didn't have enough Harrows to put in there.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
2021.
2021 already.
What's that previous?
We're going to be talking about the OCS.
Oh.
coming up soon.
Yeah, February.
Yeah, working ahead there.
Yeah. Well, awesome. I can't wait to get my pack. Like I said, I'll open it. I'll either do a video or a live opening, depending on when I get it and everything. But yeah, I want to thank you guys. This is awesome. I'm excited. I'm jealous.
Enjoyed it, Dan.
A little
I can't
bit.
wait for you to come over to Europeans and we can drink properly.
Yeah.
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 Me too. Believe me too. It's going to be easier once I move. So we'll see.
Good.
But again, thanks guys for coming on. We'll have you guys on again some other time, hopefully soon. But until then, let's go back to the regular show. Again, we got a lot to talk about with Joe, so we'll be right back. Okay, everybody. So yeah, that was the big reveal from Chris and Kevin. What do you think, Joe?
I kept getting more and more hyped as that kept going. I felt like that meme of that, I think he's a wrestler guy or whatever, when he's going like, oh, and like falling back in his chair.
Yeah, the
like,
Vince McMahon one. I think somebody just posted a London Sean. So Sean Mackin just posted one on.
Yeah, so that was already on my mind, but I felt like that guy going like, oh, as the AIs as he started showing them, and then like that Ray with lightsaber foiled Japanese looked amazing. The Kylo, I was just like, oh man, I want to see these on Jump. I hope at some point they can make Jump prize support to be able to allow some of these cards. And then if you like, and then maybe if you right click on it, it shows the English version or whatever. But man, those look amazing. I cannot wait to get my packs in the mail.
I can't either. And I'll tell you what, I was just jealous watching them open. And
right.
So yeah, outside of that, I mean, it's kind of like as afterwards, Kevin and Chris and I, we all sat on the chat for a little bit, and we all just laughed the fact that Kevin opened up one of the sign cards. So
of course he did. That was funny.
Yeah, but you know what? Glad to see that he's actually gonna, like he said, he's gonna re-gift it back to the community. It's gonna be a prize at one of their events. So be on the lookout for live events hopefully soon. But yeah, it's exciting. I can't wait.
Yeah. Hey,
Uh,
Walter. He
but
just popped in the chat, said hi.
ah,
Yeah, that looks so cool. The stuff they do, like our community, it just continually blows me away when people do new stuff, like Eric's new interface, like these Reflections 4 packs. Like
mhm.
we're 20 years from 19 years, whatever it is, from the game ending, and there's just
Yeah.
more and more cool stuff. It's just such. It feels like there was a plateau of Star Wars for a chunk of the
Yeah.
2008, 2009. Like it was good, it was going, it was fun, but it was just kind of nothing really new was happening. We just all enjoyed the game. New, there was V sets coming out and stuff, but it was just
Mhm.
it was very status quo, and it was fun, but there was nothing really like amazing, mind-blowing, exciting. And it feels like now there is, just and constantly all the time.
Well, yeah.
It's awesome.
I was gonna say, look in the back in like the last 3 years, we have GEMP. We have streaming live events. We have streaming live events from GEMP. We have all this prior support. We have the European guys doing what they're doing.
OCS happening, the
The
Outrider Cup,
Mhm.
the new interface, the prize support that's been happening over the last few years, and they just keep kicking it up too.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
incredible.
But you know what? Let's kick gears off into back to our normal show for really quick. Got some things that we're going to talk about, given that we're close to the end of the year. First things first, let's go into swing and a miss.
Okay.
So our first one of this evening, you're going to see a little bit of a theme here. Next year is we're going to be talking about next year.
All right.
Next year we're going to see multiple V sets.
That's a hit. It sounds like they've done a lot. The fact that we already have a lot of preview V14 cards in the packs that are coming, it sounds like some V13 stuff was pushed back but is almost ready. I think we're going to see V14 come out in hopefully the first quarter of the year, and then another one in the latter half of the year. So I think definitely.
I'm kind of hoping we see at least 3. And the reason I'm sticking with 3 is, I mean, that's what we see with like Magic and everything. I know Magic is looking like it's easier for them because they're all not volunteers. They're getting paid to do this. But I think we could actually see about 3, maybe like two smaller sets.
There's been some talk in chat, and I know JJD, who is on the design team, and Desai both were talking about let's look at smaller sets. Let's have a little bit more rapid release, and let's try and that way we can respond to problems quicker and that sort of thing. So yeah. I mean, that would be incredible if we get 3, but I think we'll definitely get 2, and I think design is looking at moving towards that way, which is awesome.
Well, it's just funny because Chris Kelly in the chat says hit, so
well, he's got the insider knowledge, so
he does.
Great.
Okay, next. So next year, speaking of sets and everything, we're going to see characters from The Mandalorian, episodes 7, 8, and 9. And the novels.
Oh boy.
So
I'm gonna go with miss on that, just because that listed so many things. I think obviously we're gonna see Mandalorian. We saw that in the preview packs, and we saw the episode 9 guy who kidnapped. Where I don't necessarily think we'll see is a new episode 7 character. I don't know about novels. I don't really read the novels. So it's possible. I could go either way on this. The only reason I say miss is because I'm not sure they're going to go back to, with all the new content coming out, go back to episode 7 that was now, what was that, 2016 it came out, something like that, and go back 5 years from 2021 and be like, let's make a new guy from episode 7. So that's why I would say miss is I don't think we'll see someone from every one of those, but I do think we'll see from most of those things.
Yeah, and I agree. And as for the novels, I'm taking like the books as well as the comic books. There's a lot of material. Like Afra came from the comic book, so I'd love to see like a player.
She wasn't in the
she wasn't in
Rebels
any.
or anything.
She was a straight.
Okay, cool.
She was a Cam designed her, and I know he basically based her off the novel or the comic books, and that right there tells me like I would like to see. There's a Imperial Admiral that I forget that I would love to see from the books, and then there's some the Thrawn characters that I would like to see. So yeah, I think we're going to see those. And as we just saw, there's a new Emperor coming, and there's the Mandalorians coming. So
and the Jedi Ray, I'm so excited. Like I'm like, I wish the resolution I need an enhance button because like I want to see what that text is. I'm so excited.
That's a good. Yeah, that's fair. So let's go. Next question. Team 5 is going to win every event next year.
That's a miss. We had an incredible year this year, but winning events is hard, and there's a lot of good players. And I really think the competition's just getting better and better with the more online practice play. Now that we've got the private games, people were just cranking away on those. I think we're gonna, I think that's a miss. I would say if there was a question of we're going to have someone who hasn't won a major before win a major, I would almost lean towards hit on that. I think someone like Jaap could win a major. I think Connor Britton. I think there's a lot of people. Fernando, yeah. I think there's a lot of people who are getting really good that we're gonna not only see some of the top players still playing amazing like Greg Shaw, but we're gonna see some players who haven't won making really strong runs.
You know who?
Paul Myers.
Paul Myers. You know, did he win it? He's probably won something back in the day, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, but not like major. Not that's you know. I'm sure he won a states or something, but
I'm gonna say Bill Kafer is like on my list right now.
Kafer's been running hot this year. He's been playing really well. So that's I think the winnings next year will be a lot more evenly distributed.
Unless Team 5 or not Team 5, but Team 9 Million decides to like scoop up everybody.
You know, I think they had an amazing year, and then they had a bunch of people who were between like 10th and 15th. They had a lot of people make the cut and none make day 3, and I think that's going to fire them up. I think before the next major we're going to see them practicing a lot, and they're going to place a lot of people really high.
Yeah, I agree. And then for our last question, so the first live in-person event is going to have over 75 people in attendance. So I
gotta go with miss on that for a couple reasons. One, I think it could be an NPC, and it's hard to get NPCs above 64. Especially we have had more. We did have a year with 80 that went with pods, but to get above 75 for an NPC would be particularly difficult. And then 2, even our higher worlds has been 69 and 69. So to get above 75. And the other thing is just with COVID, even obviously it'll happen after COVID has largely passed, but you will still have people who are wary, who are like, I haven't got the vaccine yet, or I still have vulnerable people in my life, and maybe I've got the vaccine, but maybe it's not effective on me, whatever. So COVID will still be out there perpetually, even after it's more safe to travel, and there will be some people wearing that. So I do think that's a miss, but I think we're all excited till when we can have our next live event for sure.
Yeah, and I will say this, like we just had 100 people at play online for Worlds. I think a lot of those people will try and be there for the next game. You just mentioned like a bunch of people who I think will travel who haven't been out there for their first event. I could see some of the Europeans coming over to America. Hell, I want to go over to Europe.
Yeah,
like
sure.
I don't know. Like I know you were over there for last year, and for Worlds, and holy crap, the amount of swag and stuff, just the experience alone. I don't care if I go 4-4. I'll accept go 4-4 over there.
Just hanging
just
out.
Just to hang out, like just sitting at the bar. Like there's a picture of Desai and Emil, or how do you say his name?
Yeah, Emil.
Okay. There's a picture of Emil and Desai sitting at the bar drinking. I want to say it was after the event. Still, like stuff like that.
Yeah, and I mean, and here too, just going and playing games after doing random shenanigans, like when we invented the fantasy draft for Worlds last year.
God, that was a blast.
It's just so much fun. At the Mall of America last year, I played mini golf with Greg Shaw and Jan Westergaard, and just like all the stuff that happens. It's all just such a great weekend. I am, very much looking forward.
I know Worlds for next year. We're talking about going out and playing golf beforehand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know Ryan Saracen plays
that disc golf, and you'll get Garrett Larson to come out.
Well, I can't play disc golf. Every time I go and play disc golf, I tweak an ankle. That's besides the point. That's all I've got for Swing and a Miss. We'll go into our next thing, which is we're going to talk about a little bit of a deck challenge. We're actually back on those now. This week's deck challenge is an honor to our world champ. So your challenge: see who can win with one of Joe's decks and who can have the highest differential. So
Okay.
you played 6 decks. 6 decks in
Yeah,
total.
slightly different hunt down and hit codes day 1
Exactly.
versus day 3, and then also step and Watto.
And just you're going to take basically right after this, I'm going to be posting the challenge onto the forums. I'll show the decks on there as well. Take one of those decks, play it in a league game, see whoever can get the highest differential. As usual, I want to see screenshots. Don't need the deck list because they're Joe's decks. We already have them. I'm providing you the deck, and just take a link and play. Joe, you can play. You can use your own decks.
I like the challenge of the highest differential because most of my games with it were strength of schedule.
Exactly.
So then I'm like, oh, I'm curious. Are they, that'll be fun to see the
now
results
you
of
see
that.
why I was asking like your differential earlier, because I was going to throw out another challenge, see if anybody could beat your highest differential with each deck. But again, strength of schedule versus differential really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
Jaap pointed out in the chat, how do you politely tell your opponent not to concede? Yeah, you just have to hope that they. The problem is, you normally play out the tight games, and ones where it's a blowout, it's like, all right, you got me, good game. So that is a tricky part of this challenge.
Okay, so if a player concedes, it's going to be just like the World's Worlds, where it's hand and life force.
Mr. Searson says, just wait for a rando cal table. I think it has to be a league game.
Yeah, Ryan, it has to be a league game. Come on, man.
That was clever, though.
Yeah. So on top of that,
challenge.
Yeah, I'm glad you approve. So now let's go into another challenge. This one's going to be the lore challenge.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's that time.
I never know any of the lores. My memory is awful. When I was doing my tournament report last night, I was like starting to talk about something from just like an hour before from a game I had just talked about an hour before, and I was like, wait, what happened? My memory is awful. But
That's
yeah,
fair.
let's do this.
But
let's do it.
this is gonna be a fun one. So I'll give you the lore. Oh, actually, I'm gonna give you it's a dark side vehicle.
Okay.
Or starship, one of the two. It's a blue card.
Okay.
The lore is. That's not the lore. Here, let me go in.
I know one. If it's about General Nevar adding extra armor, I got that one.
I'm sorry, my the Streamlabs picked up the wrong one. Because
That's okay. It's a bonus one.
Oh no, that one was last week's, and Connor got it wrong. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Dark side blue card. This light enclosed shuttle is used for courier runs to large orbiting transports.
Oh. I think it's that New Hope, the one with all the Spidey legs. Like, it's got a bunch of numbers. It's like VX1138 or something. I mean, that's not the actual name, but it's something close to that. Am I close?
Judges, in the chat, do we give it to him? You know what? If you say one word in the next 10 seconds, I'll give it to you. And I want the first
Any word.
It has to be the first word. It has to be the first word. Okay. It involves a planet. I'll give you a hint.
Oh. I don't know. A planet.
It's a planet that they saw. You see in episode 5.
What? Did a vehicle with a planet in episode 5? I only remember Bespin and Hawk.
There, boom. You said
Bespin. Oh, it's a Bespin transport.
It's the Bespin Motors Void Spider THX1138.
Oh, I was pretty close.
I said that's why. Yeah,
similar-ish. Yeah, I didn't remember that it was Bespin Void. I didn't remember any of that.
Okay. David Woods, what's the virtual card that goes over it?
There's a virtual card that goes over.
Oh my god!
Is it the First Order shuttle?
No.
I don't know.
Think about this for a second.
All right, let's see. Spider Bespin Transport, a virtual card that goes over it. Are there any?
If you win this, if you get this one, I'll give you 2 prizes. Dave, shut up.
I don't know. What is it?
Admiral Trench.
Oh, so okay. when did Trench come out? Like,
Set 12. He was in the tweak set. Oh, you still there, Joe? Oh, Joe had a little bit of technical issues.
I'm back.
Got no video though.
Trench only just came out like right before COVID, basically. I haven't even had a chance to cut him out. That's not fair.
Joe, okay, there we go. Wait, hold on.
I'm trying.
I know.
There we go. All right.
Okay, guess got one last thing to go over tonight. This one's gonna be an easy thing. So just submitted before the show a survey for everyone, asking for who your Holotheatre guest of the year is. Basically, we have a bunch of guests and everything. Just go on, pick one. Everybody has one vote, and we'll see who the guest of the year is. Joe, you're on here. So
how many people are on that list?
34. If anybody sees that I'm missing something.
How many?
34.
34. Wow. That is a productive Holotheatre year. Well done.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, I want to say we had a full year with 51 episodes or 50 episodes at this point. So yeah. And I know we've had some doubling of the guests and everything, so that is going to happen. If I am missing anybody, if you notice that, let me know. I'll plug them in really quick. But yeah, it's been a great year. I'm looking forward to next year. Next week, being that it is the holidays, we're going to take the break. We're going to take the holiday break for everybody. So unfortunately, we're not going to have an episode next week. We will be back on the 30th, though. I'm hoping to get Jerry and Scott on for our end of the year Holotheatre bash, so that would be exciting. On that show, we'll go over some of the high points, maybe some of the lower points with Star Wars CCG this year. We'll also announce our guest of the year, and we'll look forward to 2021.
I expect you to have like some 2021 glasses or whatever, some kind of swag from the dollar store. That
you know what, I will throw this up and make it all. Chris, if you're so the guest of the year is going to win a special foil Holotheatre guest of the year card, kind of like what we have with the stamp that you had for the Continentals. I feel it's going to be foil. And it's going to be a Holotheatre. It's going to be a special Holotheatre that has the Guest of the Year 2020 on it as a stamp. So
I'm a little surprised you didn't make Chris Kelly ineligible to win. Must be not Chris Kelly to win.
Why?
Just because you and Chris Kelly, you know.
You know what? I'm going to say this. I have no qualms about Mr. Chris Kelly, Esquire, whatever. You know, I just expect more from him, you know? I mean,
I think he does plenty.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking like, well, first of all, I say I'm expecting from him as a player standpoint.
Not as he made top 4. That's hard to do. I think Chris Kelly's playing well.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Chris. Chris, you know I love you, man. You went going 6-0 day 1. Oof. That was fun. But yeah, that's all we got for tonight. Again, I'm going to thank Joe for coming on. Congrats again, Joe. Thanks to Kevin and Chris for everything that they've been doing. I want to thank them because they came on at like 10 and 11 o'clock respectively. That's insane to me. And not only that, we stayed on for like an hour afterwards and like just talking about like some of the stuff that we're going to have planned for next year. So next year's I'm hoping is going to be even bigger. But yeah, this year has been crazy and everything, and I love it. Again, thanks to everybody who's watching. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Go out, be safe, enjoy yourselves, and good night, everybody.
Thanks, Dan.